Hi guys, welcome back to the Barrister Banter. This is another episode. Remember, this is your podcast for professionals, by professionals, and with professionals. Once again, we're here with...
Hi, I'm Doreen. I'm happy to be here.
Kwani uko chat?
When it starts ongea nika niko chat na introduce.
Pole basi.
I have to.
Okay, the stage is yours.
Thank you. So it's a privilege to be here. I am happy to be here. Yani, I'm just happy.
So today we are talking about the challenges we have faced as young professionals who've just cleared school and are now entering into the professional world. Challenges ni mingi, and I don't think this is talked about enough, because if it was talked about enough, we would have been ready. We would have been ready for the half of the things we've gone through. Because
absolutely, and I agree with you. Just in case, because immediately you're hauled into the work environment. You're just a young adult. You're hauled to the work environment, and you have to think. Yani, I think we're not prepared enough.
We are not prepared enough. We should have like a unit in campus that says after school survival. You know, because the things you face after school, it's like you're hit with so many things once you finish school, and the first thing is your parents drop you. Hey.
I think immediately your parents start seeing when I receive something from where you're working.
It actually starts you towards your final years of school. The support they give you when you started school in your first years, it starts reducing towards your third, fourth, fifth years. Now you become more independent. You start finding other ways of doing the things that they would easily fund you for. And that's when it starts. And then when you finish school, it's like all of a sudden.
I think I kind of differ from that. I didn't have the same experience because I think I've been blessed with very supportive parents.
Wow.
And even when I was going to Kenya School of Law, because of course I was commuting from home. Kenya School of Law was near home. At least I had a chance to be under my parents' cover. But then now when it came to getting into the workplace, then of course the cover reduces, but I've not had the harsh. The harsh experiences whereby I hear my friends tell me that sometimes like the way you're talking about, kuna mtu hata hiyo first year yenye unasema hiyo first year yako, kuna mwenye hata unajua kuna mwenye hata alijipeleka like ati unatoka kwenu unajipeleka hadi
first year.
So I think it's different for everyone. Basically
it's completely different for everyone, but it's a topic that requires discussion, and we will represent ourselves for the experience we had. I guess you can tell us down below in the comments your experience. Let's engage and see, as young professionals, how can we maneuver in this professional world. Before we go on, I'd like to plug you the place we are at.
So beautiful. I can feel the breeze.
It's very beautiful, calming. We are shooting on a Sunday, so you can imagine how it feels being on a Sunday at a resort. It's very natural. You can see the tents behind us. We will put the details in the description box. It's called Chemi Chemi in Ngong, Ngong. So you can book the place for your shootings. It's a resort, so you can come here and eat. You can come here and
breathe fresh air. Unajua, sometimes do you ever enter town? Alafu you just have a headache from nowhere.
True.
Like you experience the same.
I do experience the
you're
same.
Just walking and then
the air is just different.
The air is just different. But now when you come here, I like coming and sitting here because I'm like, you're just away from the hustle and bustle. At least you can have fresh air, you can meditate, you can ground yourself. So it's a nice place if you want to come and do those things.
Just relax. It's a bit outside of the Nairobi, so the hustle of Nairobi. So just come here for a weekend, relax. So the video is sponsored by Chemi Chemi. Thank you so much. We'll put the details in the description box. Hiya. So Doreen, why don't you take us off in your experience as a young professional who's just starting?
They can start with a job search. So what happens basically after Kenya School of Law is that you should attend pupillage. Now pupillage is like our internship now. Either you can do it in a law firm, in an NGO, wherever you have an advocate who has practiced for more than 5 years, so you can train under them. So then the pupil master and the pupil. you're not, you look for a position yourself. So you apply, so many firms will advertise, so many organizations will advertise. What happened for me when we were sitting for our bar exams, we sat for our bar exams in 2022 March, no, 2023 March. So I decided, I didn't think I'd bear everything all at once. You know, sometimes unajigauge, unaona, like it's good by the to gauge yourself and see what can I handle. What if you can't handle everything, then kunywa ka dawa kidogo kidogo. So I decided I'm not going to hustle for pupillage, because I know if I start in January, then I'll jeopardize my exams, because exams are in March. So I decided, let me hold off the applications and just sit, relax, and read for my exams. March came, we sat for our bar exams. Of course, there are people who started in January, and you know, there's that. I don't know whether you feel the pressure.
I do feel the pressure.
Do you feel the pressure when, let's say, people your age are going and doing great things out there?
Your age, even younger than you, they are flourishing. They are having businesses that are growing, and you're like, am I doing things differently? Kwani sina nyota?
Umejiuliza kwani? Umejiuliza kwani una? Yeah, at least mimi sijafika hapo. Pole. Mimi najua niko na nyota, ni sometimes sionangi,
but iko. By the grace of God, we've survived this far.
Mimi najua kuna nyota.
Yeah.
Anyway, hata uanze, we can use mine. Tumia nyota yangu, time yenye haiko, natumia yangu. I can give you.
So but we are doing well. We really can't complain.
Yeah.
It will be so unfair if we did dare complain.
True.
For the far that we have come.
Now you know you have to appreciate the journey and show the journey so far, because you know it's also a journey. It's a long journey ahead. So back to where I was. So apply, do my bar exams. Others have already started. So mimi niko hapo na nyota yangu. Naona nyota yangu ni great, lakini circumstances saizi hazinionyeshi hiyo nyota ni great. So I now start applying. Hey, sema majaribu. And you know I'm very active on X.
Yeah.
So mimi nikakuja X, just trying to create memes and just talking and saying about my experience. But then I was not in a good place, because I was just thinking, like, I need to be admitted. Of course, admission to the bar is something huge. So I want to be admitted. I haven't found a slot. Many people are like in their 3rd month in. I have never worked in a law firm before, because I think I have been studying all along. I never had a chance to work. I only worked after 1st year in preterm. Then just for like 2 months. Have you ever had, like, did you work anywhere else before your serious
Yes.
course?
From my campus, we were allowed to have we had sessions after every year, for just specifically for attachment.
Yeah.
And they were compulsory.
Ooh.
So everyone, there's even a logbook where we'd write, and it's signed by the company, stamped, and it's collected after we had a 4-month period for attachment. It's compulsory, and you cannot graduate without the attachment period.
Did you know you never managed to tell us what you do? You never managed. Tell us. We don't know what you do. Tell us.
So I am an engineer. I am an engineer, a civil engineer. Civil, basically we deal with structures, roads, civil works. Literally any structure we see has had a civil and structural engineer behind it. Roads. So that's basically what I do, and I just finished school. I'm working. I'm a young professional. So yeah, that's who I am. So we did have attachments after every single semester every single year. After a whole year, we had a 4-month period where we did our attachments. And that allowed me to have industrial experience. So by the time I finished school, I had a bit of experience. I knew what I was expecting in the professional world. So I wasn't completely green, but still, it's not the same. There's still a struggle that you go through after you finish school. And now they see that you're coming for an internship. It's no longer an attachment. And it's the company feels like they are paying you to learn from them.
Yeah. Because
with our 844 system, let's not lie, there's a lot. It's what you're taught in school versus what is in the field. Sometimes they don't align. It's like you're learning from scratch.
And I think, even as I was saying, I have never been in a law firm before, because you know I was a COVID student.
Yeah.
And what happened during COVID is that I was doing my judicial attachment when COVID struck. So I was attached to Nakuru Law Courts. Now in Nakuru, immediately like we were 3 weeks in, COVID came, so I had to go for an online my attachment was online, so I was attending court online.
So at the time we had court sessions online.
Yes, court sessions were online, so I didn't, let me say, the full work experience I got it in the farm. And
After school. In your
pupillage now is that work experience now, pupillage, because now I if I talk about work, I'm talking about pupillage, and now holding over, now going to admission as an advocate. So it has been, I don't know, like, it's good.
We lack the word for it. Hiya, so I think one of the, in my experience, one of the major challenges I faced was or I have seen people face is where to what the big what next question. So now you're done with school, you're probably awaiting your graduation, or you have graduated. So the big what next question is probably a major challenge that most young professionals face. We start sending applications. I have a friend who told me they used to send 15 applications
A day. What?
A day for a span of a period of time before they actually got one job. 15 applications every single day, and it's a goal he had to get to every single day for a span of a period of, I think he said 2 months, to get one acceptance.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, with every rejection, how bad the mental effect on you? You feel like you're giving up. If you're wondering what's next. Your parents are there looking at you like, we paid your school fees, what are you doing in the house?
Most of the time, I think, even when I was in that space where I didn't have a farm to go to, I'd sleep a lot, and then it's like you're just
escapism.
Yeah, you're
escaping
sleeping
from your reality.
You even the simple things you can't do because you're like, I mean, will I ever even get a place? Life is moving so fast, and you know, some of these situations when you're not doing anything, you feel as if life is not waiting for you, and you know you have to come and run. Then again, I was saying about Nyota, I'm thinking, journeys are different, and you have to inculcate that in your mind a lot. You have to tell yourself, I'm the only person moving from point A to Z. You're not going to move to B. Me have a long journey.
I have a long journey ahead. Maybe I prefer to move slowly. So then let's get to B first.
That's a thing.
Let's get to B first, and then we'll know about Z when you cross the bridge.
I should adopt that.
Yes.
Because me, I try to get from point A to point Z, and I think that's where the problem is. Because you know, back then I'd cut myself some slack and say, you know what, siwezi kosa farm. Farm ni mingi, siwezi kosa farm. At least I've come looking back in hindsight and say, by the way, I've come a long journey. I can't give up now. And then I keep on telling people, when you're stuck, and this is something I discovered, when you're stuck, try to work on yourself because you're your only asset. You're the only person who will ever pick you up again. So in case you're in a place where you're stuck and you feel, I'm not going any way forward, sina nyota, sijaweza to move from point A to point Z.
You're sending applications and everything is a rejection.
They're not coming. Just work on yourself, work on your mental health, work on your physical health, run, journal.
That's the point. You very much emphasize on things that should improve your mental. Usikubali kuingia depression. Usikubali. But then, so the times you do things that specifically fill your day, find your hobbies. I started knitting. Learn those little things, those free online courses. I hear that this Harvard free online courses, the Google certificates. Try find time to do them. Upskill. And they may not necessarily help you down the line, but they'll give you something to do now, and it gives you a false sense of you're doing something.
If there's one thing Jenks does, you know, we've been friends for some time. If there's one thing that Jenks knows how to do, you could romanticize her life. Jenks will go, yani anaenda Gikomba, hata Gikomba, like tuseme anaenda tu Gikomba kubai sijui nini anaenda kubai. Jenks will take her time, a record everywhere. I don't know, what do you shanga? Kwani mimi naenda Gikomba gani? So you could tell us how to maybe romanticize our life.
Let me tell you, it has helped me get to where I am in terms of mental health.
Yeah.
Because the things we face every day are so they're so heavy, and I try to look for the beautiful moments in every little in my day. Because actually it's not even in a whole experience, it's in a day. I'd be going to something like you said, another one kenda gikomba, but I'll find the little joys in that. Probably in a day that I'd be going to gikomba, I'd look for the joy in seeing someone working so hard to provide for their families, and that is where most of my mentality will be based on. I'll be like, I'm supporting somebody.
That's so beautiful.
Feed their families. And so if I do that, I'll not think about the hustle, the matope, the struggles. I won't think about that. And at the end of the day, I'll feel so, I did something today. And I romanticize that every single day. If I'm going to work and people will be complaining about when it's Friday coming, I'm so tired, I'll be like, I get to do this. I get to wake up to build something that will help people. I get to see a structure from nothing to something. I get to do something that will allow someone to live here, to be housed, to be comfortable. That's how my mindset works.
And that's beautiful, because once I keep on saying, and I think we've had this conversation before, either on my social media or just somewhere else, but I think we are doing too much to run away from humanity. And humanity is in the small aspects, like just saying hi to someone, like just you're walking and you're smiling, saying hi to someone, giving someone a banana.
I know, I was about to go off topic.
I think we could be going off topic.
Yes, we are definitely
but you know,
going
the best
off
thing,
topic.
the best thing about life, and I keep on saying this again, is that just do it however it comes. Because you know, we try to plan our lives, and we are trying to do, let's say I'm doing heavy, and then you get obsessed with over planning. Then it comes to your head so much such that it prevents you from doing anything whatsoever. So if life finds you here, if we are talking about Gikomba, let's talk about Gikomba. We will find our way back.
That's true. That's really true. Because actually, when you said give someone a banana, on my way to work, there's someone who sits between like Upper Hill and I work in Kilimani, that distance. So one day I was walking, they wanted my banana and I gave it to them, and I was so hungry because I wanted this banana. I had not had breakfast, but I was like, wechukua, I have the ability to get myself another one, and you may not get it. So every day when I pass through that route, I buy two, one for them as well. That's so sweet. It's like, a banana is 10 shillings, but it may go a long way making this person happy. The point is, find little joys in your everyday life,
including work.
Don't allow yourself to get depressed. So now, as you sit in that discomfort, don't try and run away from it. That is not what we are advocating for. In that discomfort of I'm done with school and I do not know what to do, don't find ways to escape that. Sit in it, feel it, and find ways to upskill, find ways to romanticize
and circumvent the whole thing. Because again, you're not in it alone.
And it is easier said than done. But then again, we cannot go on without saying at God's time. There is a verse, at the right time, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So at the right time, everyone's journey is different. Other people may seem like they are way ahead of you, but at God's own time, He will make it happen. And the truth is, other people may seem that they're way ahead, but life happens. All of a sudden they have nothing. All of a sudden
you're at that
steps ahead of them.
Life changes so fast. Changes so fast. From a point of like you can be really up, and then all of a sudden you're down. And that's why I keep on telling people, humanity, treat people well. You never know.
You never know about tomorrow. You never know about tomorrow. So I guess another thing we can talk about finishing school is a financial independence. All of a sudden you have bills. If you, for example, I have friends who don't live in Nairobi, but they need to be in Nairobi to job search, that means they have to rent a house. That means they need to eat. That means they need to survive. And where is the money? There are no jobs. How do you survive? That is one of the biggest challenges young people are facing. People are telling you, hakuna venye unaweza kuwa na computer. na ukwe na sijui location na ukose means to survive. Like people are they're not validating
So
how hard it is.
How do you
to be
think
in
is
that
the way forward? Because
situation.
I've thought about it severally, and you're like, what's the way forward?
What's
Because
the way forward?
the schools are dishing out professionals, but the market is not ready for the professionals that are being dished out of schools.
That is true. I think that is a question we need to ask the more experienced professionals who do come to our channel and who we will bring onto our channel. These are questions they need to answer. They need to tell us what do we do?
Because we don't know.
We don't know. We are privileged to have places where we are working, but before we got here, we've had that experience of it's blank. We are done with school. What next? Do I go into masters? Do I start a business? Even if I start a business, where is the capital? Will it survive? My first business, how many people's businesses fail before they actually? And even to start a business, what business should I start?
I think that's a area for us to like explore in terms of like bringing guests over in our show.
But we still need people to engage with us in the comment section and let us know their personal experience, what they did, what worked for them. Let's help our fellow young professionals get out of this haze. It's not a beautiful place to be in, but it is part of growth and it is part of the process that everyone needs to go through it.
When did you realize that, wow, this is a whole new world? Like, when did you realize that now you're no longer a student, now but the buck stops with you?
I think that I realized that because I finished school, and in January I was working. So, and I know that I'm the 2% in the population, but I think I realized that when I got paid, and by the middle of that month, it wasn't enough. My first payment by the middle of the month, I was ready.
I thought you were going to say something serious, and I was sitting in anticipation. Okay, serious.
But I was sitting in anticipation. That is my story. Let me tell you. I was paid. I did all the budgeting. So it says do budget, save, pay tithe. I did that. Paid my tithe, saved, budgeted for transportation,
shock
food,
on your system.
Do black tax. Hey,
my budgeted the black tax.
You have to give back to your community.
Is that what black tax is? I don't know what black tax is.
Black tax is, for example, anyway, I've known why you can't experience black tax, but black tax is whereby, for example, if your sister is in school or your siblings are in school, and now you have to help your parents pay for some of their school fees. That's black tax.
Oh, so ulikuwa budget for black tax.
Not that I had to. I'm privileged to have my parents able to provide for us fully. But I wanted to help. I wanted to let me at least take, maybe send my sister some upkeep. That's beautiful. Like just help. Maybe, of course, it's not. I'm not going to a point where I can say let me pay for my siblings' school fees, but the little I can, I wanted to help. So I had budgeted for that, but it literally got to black tax.
Where did it go? Where did it go?
I don't even know. Honestly, budget versus spending.
And then
we need financial classes in campus.
I'm thinking when you're starting up, of course there are those who are fortunate enough to have situations where they are earning enough money to save. But do you think there are times when you actually don't have money to save? It's actually food to mouth. It's mouth to hand to hand.
It's hand. You're living from hand to mouth. Everything you're getting is necessary for you to survive, and even it's not even enough for what you need to survive. The things young professionals face is not easy in this country.
And I've had situations where I'm discussing with people who are way beyond me in terms of experience, in terms of age, and some of them sort of have an opinion that young people are not trying enough. And then every time I go sit with my fellow young people, they say the young people who are not trying enough. I see people doing so many things in a system that doesn't work for them.
Things at the same time, just to to find what works for them.
Yeah.
And or maybe there is a part of the population that is just sitting around, and I mean, I do know some people who are just sitting around and complaining, but you're like, in your situation, I would have been trying, so that I complain and say it didn't work out,
Yeah.
but I did put my all of my effort into it. There's also a population that is trying, and it's just not working out.
It's not working.
Markets are flooded.
Yeah.
The places the Kenyan system is not rewarding talent.
Yeah.
It's not rewarding talent, and it's
Mostly talent.
Mostly
Talent.
there's not enough appreciation for them. Or people are not being paid enough of what they are doing.
You've seen the doctors were complaining the other day they are not being posted. I mean, it's
so
a menace
sad.
everywhere.
It is so sad.
Yeah.
And even worse, I was discussing with my friends how engineers need to also start complaining, and I was like, Sister,
Everyone needs to start complaining. Everyone needs to start
because
complaining.
our projects are stalling because of no funding.
Yeah.
So many people have been laid off.
Yeah.
And now I'm thinking, if medics complain, we complain.
Sisi mawakili to complain pia. And then I think, okay, different challenges face different professions, but I think they're just all in the same
professions
bracket.
face different challenges.
I said
different challenges face different professions.
oh, okay, it can go.
You get it. You get
it can
it.
go.
Yeah.
You get it. Please understand me. So, different professions face different challenges, but they can all be summed up into one thing.
Yeah.
Let's appreciate young professionals.
Yeah.
Let's understand that
Let's
they
mentor them.
We mentor them.
Let's
one.
mentor them. We need mentorship.
Yeah. Two, we acknowledge that they might not work as you think. Like, today you might think work should be done like this, but you're very innovative.
Yeah.
I mean,
times have changed. Everything is
there are new ways of doing things. You don't have to do a thing the way
it was done
they did before,
back then,
but still
we need
deliver.
to appreciate that times have changed,
Yeah.
and now we are finding new innovative ways. But is the work getting done?
The work is getting done. In fact,
done.
even sometimes more efficiently. I've been able to, interact with young people who are saying the problem is me. I want my job to be told that this is my job, and I will be able to deliver by, let's say, in 10 days. And then you have a task you're supposed to deliver in 10 days. Plan yourself accordingly. Doesn't matter where you do it, how you do it, as long as by the deadlines you're required to submit,
done.
it's submitted.
It is done, and not haphazardly. It is done and done to the letter. Yes.
And then that's another call to us young professionals. I think in the workplace, because of course there are different people in the workplace. There are people who will give their all. There are people who will just do the bare minimum. If you want to be seen, this is something I have experienced in my own life as well. If you want to be seen, you want to be heard, you want to go.
You want to be given credit for the work you're doing.
Okay, I hope it's fun.
That's what I check. I
hope it's funny. Ati hii wiki nilijituma lakini nikasahau kuenda. Okay. Anyway, my point was silikuwa funny. Najua
ingekuwa funny ningeiona, but it's still funny.
Mimi nilicheka because sometimes unajituma usahau kuenda. In terms of there are so many things you're supposed to do, and you're supposed to do them, and umejiweka kwa hiyo position ya do them, but then you don't do them. So I think it's a call to young professionals to be professional.
Be professional.
Be professional. If you want to be a professional, be professional in the work that you deliver, in how you carry yourself, and in how you interact with other people.
And in the quality of the work you do.
Absolutely. Quality of the work you do. And
we can't keep crying to be appreciated when we are not doing enough that is worth appreciating.
And also give yourself some grace because you're still learning. There's no way you can come to a farm or you can come to a specific place and know everything. I mean, they have worked for more than 10 years, some of them.
Yeah.
So give yourself some grace and give yourself grace, in short. Yeah.
And comparison is a thief of joy. So don't keep comparing yourself to your peers or to those others are comparing themselves to people who are in their prime years in their profession. Don't. I mean, I get that it is important to borrow a few things, but don't compare yourself. Appreciate that your journey is different. You may not need to take the exact journey they took to where you are.
Yeah.
Yours may be faster, yours may take time, but you will get there eventually. Just keep doing your part, keep upskilling, make sure you're employable. right?
Yeah.
Make sure you're employable, in that you have the right skills, that if I give you the job, you can deliver. So before you go maybe complaining, make sure that if I'm given a task, I can deliver.
True.
What do you have to offer me? So make sure that your skill is done.
Yeah.
And then you can be given the platforms to practice your skill and to grow, and also share those opportunities with your friends.
Share
Don't keep them.
opportunities, share
Yeah,
opportunities.
we all just want, and sharing it will not dim your light.
And when it's time to have fun, have fun.
Yeah, have fun.
In all aspects.
And I think before we finish this video, maybe one last aspect that we can touch on is on how the social life, now that we've talked about having fun, that's how the social life changes from before, after, when you're in school, and now after school. There's no time to meet up with friends. Your friends are in different, scattered all over the country. You all of a sudden it becomes so hard to
meet and even plan dates.
To maintain that friendship has become so hard. It's like your whole life changes all of a sudden. If you're not very social, you may struggle in a period where you feel like you have no friends. And I think when you finish school is when I said, so I'm seeing a lot of memes about people saying it's time to differentiate between your friends. Like, you can't just call someone I've met today my friend.
Well, so you have to call them acquaintances.
They're acquaintances.
I call people my friends without shame.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that, but I'm trying to say that conversation has come up a lot now, because people are realizing, wait, we finished school, and the thing that was keeping us together was the fact that we're in the same institution and we had to be together.
We didn't have much to do.
We
But then
didn't
you imagine the amount of time you have in your hands as a campus student.
We had so much
You
time.
have so much time, and then now all of a sudden become a yani.
There's no time.
To
Even
do
the people
anything.
who you don't live so far, now you're all over the country, you don't get the time to meet. Even when you get the time to meet, it's not the same. It's like our words are different now.
Yeah.
Even our conversation, it's like, it's plain.
You have to be very intentional.
And it's not easy.
Then when I started out in pupillage, I was so stressed in terms of like trying to manage my workload and the whole space in a law firm, and I'd find that every Saturday and Sunday I didn't want to go out, because from Monday to Friday I'm out in the morning very early, and then jioni I commute for 2.5 hours just from work to home. And for that whole period, that whole 2.5 our journey, maybe I'd have done something else, but I can't do anything else. I'm traveling. Ni kama yani natoka hapa naenda hadi Nakuru. So
eventually it kills your social
life, and then the only day you have to yourself, maybe a Saturday and a Sunday. Saturday
you want to take it to yourself.
I will just be in my room, do my laundry, I do all these things I want to do, and even then nasikia nikai na hizo laundry na hizo vitu zote zinaoccupy. I just don't want to do anything. Sunday go to church, then the cycle begins all over again. And that's the point where we were talking about romanticizing your life, making sure you're very mindful. I don't know whether people know about mindfulness, and like just being, maybe you can talk again another day about mindfulness.
But essentially being in the moment. Don't just do things to pass them. Being in the moment. At this moment here, Doreen, I'm with you and we're shooting this podcast, and this matters. Not doing it as a task that we need to tick off our to-do list and move on to the next thing.
True.
Being here and truly being here. Doing that laundry and just being there and living life. Not just, not just, what's the word? Just kupitia tu maisha. Live life a moment as it comes. Appreciate the little things you have to do. And maybe on the social aspect, now it calls for intentionality, because you're not an island, and the fact that it is stressful to be a young professional, it means you need a group of friends or a group of people who you share the same grievances to help each other walk in this journey. Maybe in your experience, the people you interact with most are your parents, and as much as they'll give you the parental love and care, it's not the same as
someone who's going through it,
or when you're seated with your friends bantering about. You remember how we used to banter about things in campus, about how they had the exam was. You laugh through it, and life all of a sudden it's not as
hard
bad as you
sometimes
thought
I
it
really miss
was.
campus life.
I
Do you
know. And that's why it is important now to be intentional about creating those spaces where you laugh through and just banter through the hardships.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's not as bad as we thought. It's not that
daunting.
bad. Yeah, and then you realize it's going to be fine. It's going to be okay.
And you know, one other thing I think of, I normally think about, like maybe this could be my parting shot. There's a friend who tells me almost every season of his life, how are you? Just like, he's like, I'm just happy to be here. That's a very good slogan, because you know, you're like, you know, I'm just happy to be here. How are you doing? I'm just happy to be here. You know, it's something you should adopt. I'm trying to adopt it and to make sure that I'm happy to be in every space I'm at. I'm happy to be here today.
And it doesn't mean that everything is working out.
Even when I started, I said I'm happy to be here, and then you bashed me for it. But I will keep on
I
saying.
apologize. I apologize in front of the whole world.
Thank you. I feel better.
But I think that it's very important, and that saying they're happy to be here doesn't mean that everything is working out.
Of course.
It doesn't mean that they have that job, their relationships are working. It just means despite everything,
you're just happy to be
I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Despite everything. And the biggest lesson, my parting shot, the biggest lesson I have learned through my life is the art of gratitude.
True.
Find things may not be working out, but find the little blessing in adversity. Find, for example, how I said if I'd go to the combined, it's chaotic, but I'd see how someone is really working hard to provide for their families. So just find the little joys or the thing to be grateful for in every little in adversity.
Yeah.
And you'll begin to see that life is not that bad.
Life is not that.
It's not
In
that
fact,
bad.
life is very beautiful.
Life is beautiful.
When I came to that realization, my life changed.
Yeah. It's the mindset. It's a mindset. Because actually, even when you get that job and have money and have a family, new problems come. You will never be in a position where now, until you're dead, you'll never be in a position where now at life is perfect.
Yeah.
Life is up and down. Today, everything is working out. You wake up tomorrow, things are not working out.
Yeah.
For example, we need to finish this video. But I was having a conversation with a friend, and then he said he just bought a new car, which means things are working out, right? He just bought a
From
new
your
car.
lenses, things are working out.
Okay, at least in that moment,
Yeah.
in his goal was to buy a new car for like a very long time. So
Yeah.
in that moment, there's a feeling of things are working out.
Yeah.
He's asleep and he gets a call from Ikoka Garage, right? So that he can get the new thing, spare parts put in place, and then he comes home.
Yeah.
And then he gets a call from the garage owner, and so the garage is on fire. but your cars are fine.
Me.
Yeah.
Hey. What?
You've just bought the car, so things are working out, but not tomorrow the garage is on fire.
Hey, I don't. Hey.
What? Yeah, and it's something you've said for a very long time, and feels like finally things are working out.
Yeah. Hey. Life can change so fast.
Life can change so
So
fast.
just be happy to be here.
Be happy to be here.
Again,
and don't take it so seriously. Like, just, it's fine. It's a material thing.
I have something that has come to my mind. Even as we say, life can change in time. Same goes for the positive side of life. So if you're in the trenches, I have been in the trenches before, in spaces where I never thought I'd be able to wake up.
When they say rock bottom has a basement.
Yeah, I was there. Even like below that
Lower
basement.
than the basement.
Whereby, like, I'm just self-confidence chini, self-image chini, self-whatever chini. And then, you know, always when you're seeing yourself that way, there'll always be someone who sees you in a different light. Anakuja anakuambia, "Hey, Doreen, are you sure? Do you know who you are? Do you know how bright you are? Do you know how beautiful you are?" And at that point, you can't even...
You don't see it.
You don't see it. So anyway, it's from a point of... I'm trying to change that to a point of... when we say things can change for the better. Because here I am today.
They can change for the better.
Here I am today, and I'm like saying that I have been in the trenches. I have been emotionally. I have been in the trenches in terms of work and like the work-life balance. But here I am on a Sunday. But then let me tell you something. On Sundays, I used to get fever. Ile fever unapata. Let me take you back to high school. Kulikuwa na place ukienda high school. like ukikaribia unajua hapa yenyewe nimefika shule.
Yeah.
So unaanza kutetemeka, unaanza kufeel
ukianza kuenda Kilelesha police station.
Bas. Hapo sasa ndo unaanza kufeel.
Your heart sinks.
So I used to feel that every single Sunday evening.
Oh, because work is coming.
Because work is tomorrow. Imagine what kind of life is that.
And look at us having work tomorrow, but we are seated, relaxed.
Breeze. Again, come to Chemi Chemi.
The breeze is nice.
Yeah. Anyway, can we conclude this episode?
I think we need to conclude this episode. There's so much to say, but please leave your comments below so that we can keep the conversation going. Follow us on Instagram, the Barrister Banter. We can keep on having these conversations. Share. In fact, if you can share those job opportunities below or on our Instagram page, so that
become a community.
Let's help young professionals be professionals. Share your tips. Share what helped you, so that you can get people out of the trenches.
And then again, in the same spirit of being a community, if at all you want to come here and talk and tell us. No, we can't be always sitting here telling people stories. If you want to come and tell us your story, tell us something that you think will impact others. Here's the platform for you. Just reach out to us on our social media platforms, and we'll be able to connect you moving forward.
Arrange for that to happen. Come share your stories. Let us hear your professional story. Let us help others. Let us be a community of professionals helping each other through navigate life. So please share this video, subscribe. It's free. It's just a button. It is free.
Let me take this opportunity to thank everyone. Have you seen the love?
Oh, we have received so much love.
Umeenda kwa streets ukasimamishwa?
Nimesimamishwa.
Sijui ya hii podcast.
Nimesimamishwa because of this podcast. And it's barely a month old.
Yeah.
It's barely a month old. Already, we don't even have that many subscribers, but already someone has stopped me because they saw the podcast.
Exactly.
So thank you. So we do not take it for granted, but please let's keep on sharing. Let's grow this community. It's not a small thing that we are doing. We face so many challenges off camera, but we still come here and smile.
Yeah.
Asante sana. Till next time.
Bye.